Still. Wait. Hi, Ings. Hi, Guyanese number two. I just washed my hair. Hi, Jeanette. New World. Everyone. I'm just waiting. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. What's her name again? Oh God, I forgot her name. Anywho. Yeah, you might see the thumbnail, right? Identity. Because sometimes, you know, you're on your platform, right? And sometimes when you watch back the lives that you do, right? Like I had made this live a couple of days ago. And um, one of the comments was about my identity, right? What I've noticed, right? What I've noticed amongst us black women, real talk, is because we've lost our real identity. It's hard for us to identify with each other. When I went to Ethiopia, right? When I went to Ethiopia, what I noticed was all of the Ethiopian women had their true identity, which means you could see them and you know that they're Ethiopian because they all have that same look without it being altered. And when you travel around the world, you can see this with other cultures where you can identify them. Now, in our culture, which is either the West Indian culture, some of the African cultures, you will see that our black woman identity is based on fakeness. Good. Fakeness, right? This is the trend that's being put out there. That when you look at the black woman, us, we don't have our own identity because me, who's doing this, is being told you need to go do your hair. A lot of people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of women, are not going to like this because we as black women continue to hide our true selves. We are not comfortable being black women. Now, when you look at white women, all of them look the same way. They all got that, you know, that look, right? They all got their white women look. You can identify that they're white women. And when they look at us, they're trying to figure out, why are we trying to look like them when we have our own identity? And that's why sometimes when other black women throw out jabs, like, when it comes to having an identity, you got black women saying, let me go cover my head because it's not looking right. Your real hair, your real hair, right? Your real hair is not looking right. This is how you've lost your identity. Because the culture of black women is weaves, lace fronts, helmets, glue-ons, multicolored, whatever, inches, inches and lengths, and braids, and all of these different fake things. It's the truth. And yet when you see me, you want to tell me I must go do something with my hair. Make it make sense, right? So when I realized that this lady gave me, something to think about, she really gave me something to think about when she said, your hair is a mess, go fix it or whatever, whatever, right? She gave me something to think about because I'm like, look, what is going on here? So I thought about it. I said, so what is it? It's identity. So I'm like, Ethiopia, when I went to Ethiopia, all of the women in Ethiopia are just natural. Nobody's wearing wigs and helmets and, bonnets and lace fronts. And they're not. They got their own beautiful hair and they just look beautiful. And they all look the same way. They haven't lost their identity. They're just beautiful. I was there, so I saw that. That's their identity. You look at them and you know they're Ethiopian. We as black women, again, have lost our true identity because we want to look like others. How you doing, Sunman Receipts, right? And this is why when you present yourself this way, as, aging gracefully myself, and then I present, me as a black woman, me, everybody got an issue with it because I'm not representing the identity of the other black women. Do you get it? Yeah. I refuse to identify with that look of a black woman. No. Don't get me wrong. Hi, Vijay Kumar. Right? Yes, this is what I'm saying, receipts. Yes, Ingrid, agreed, but it's not about that, Ingrid. It's about your identity as a black woman on earth. It's not about different strokes for different folks. We've lost our identity because we don't want to accept it and we don't want to face it. We want to say, oh, well, this is the way it is. No, no, no. You go elsewhere and you see other black women, then and they all have that nice traditional look. What I'm saying is, on social media, black women, they have an identity crisis. They do. They do, because they get offensive, they get defensive when you start as another black woman to talk about the helmets they wear, the lace fronts, the gluing, stitching, crocheting, 20 inches, 80 inches, 90 inches. They get offended when you start saying what I'm saying. But meanwhile, because I'm not presenting myself this way on social media, I I get told to go take care of my own natural hair. What does that mean? The person doesn't identify with me. Hi, Tommy. That's all that means. And we've lost our identity. There's a population of black women who have really and truly lost their identity. And it's not about being black and having an identity. It's about being, oh, well, this is the way I want to look. And this is how I'm going to look. So you identify more with fakeness. No, I can't be on my platform and get attacked because I present myself this way, right? I can't be attacked. So if I'm going to get attacked, then, I have to be a little bit more intelligent and, come with, something where I can say, okay, if you want to go this way, well, let's just go this way. Because again, when I was in Ethiopia, all of those beautiful Ethiopian women look the same way, and not one of them have to wear a wig, a weave, a helmet, a lace front, none of that. And they're beautiful. Beautiful. Because they have not lost their what? Identity. When I came to this country in the 70s, everybody was wearing natural afros. Power to the people. Yeah. Everybody was wearing afro. Everybody natural, big afro, so big, 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 big. If the bigger the afro, the blacker you are. Oh yes, oh yes. Everybody had big afros, just beautiful, and that was our identity in the 70s. There you go, black people, right? That was what you identified with here in America as black people, the big afro, and that was it. So when you looked, you saw all the black people with their afros. Yes, Vijay. And this is what I'm trying to bring forth when it comes to the identity thing. That it's not easy to be able to, it's easy to show periods in time where you can identify and say, yeah, there was a time in America where you just rocked an afro, a natural afro. Okay, Dora Rugger. Yeah. Oh, please. Oh, please. Okay, I'm going to please you, baby. I'm going to give you all the please that you want. Yeah. I'm going to time you out and let you get a breather, right? I'm going to let you get a little breather for 10 seconds. Show the flag of your nationality. I'm British born, which would mean it would be the Union Jack. I know, Dor. I know. No, I know, you're right, but I'm just saying, back in the day, right, when I came to America, every black individual was rocking an afro. That was the identity of black people in America at that time. And I'm just, trying to correlate, what I'm saying, where you can get a picture of, what I mean. And even now in 2024, we don't have that identity. If we look around, right, we don't have that identity. Our identity as black women is fakeness. Don't get me wrong. Look, I have on eyelashes. I do. I do. I got eyelashes on, right? I got eyelashes on, right? I have on eyelashes. I did my eyebrow with some pencil, right? But that's from, Kemet times, Egypt and them, right? Right? And I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, I put some oils on my lips. But my overall identity has not changed. Okay, son man, right? Um, well, well, black is in the Bible, right? Black is the color of my skin. Don't hate me because I'm black, right? That's in the Bible. You did Ingrid, yeah. And even when you're doing like your retro parties and stuff like that, 60s, 70s, 70s, 80s, people always remember the Afro thing and the Soul Train thing. And that's in America because, black, people in America. And again, because of the history of black people in America, gradually, it 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 it, it almost became like, a shift in our look, with the wigs being presented, with entertainers now having a different look, you know, and you know, and then vanity takes over. And when you say vanity again, everybody gets upset. So man, what am I supposed to say? It, because I I call myself a black woman. What are you saying I should call myself? Oh, because I look olive complexion. Well, that's the Hebrew in me, but I'm a black woman. I'm a, you know. Because remember when Moses said, "Let my people go," he was in Africa. I'm not American. I'm not American. There you go again. I'm not American. I live in America, but I'm not American. I was not born here. So, man, in ancient times, it was the people of Kemet, right? When it comes to black people. In ancient times, it was the people of Kemet. And that was it, boo boo. So when you say the people of Kemet, you don't have to mention black because you already know what that is. It's on the walls. My bloodline is not American, darling. I just came here with my parents. I have no bloodline in America unless I have relatives here who live in America, yes. But I don't have a bloodline. Well, then again, I might because the slaves came over. So you right. Let me not say that. You right. You right. Because this is where slavery began in, these arenas, this country. So you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. I could have, you're right. They could have been working in the cotton fields, all of that. Yeah, you're right. So never say never. That's how we educate each other. More than we start arguing and say, no, that's not true, and bloop, bloop, bloop. No, when you think about it and you think of the history of this country, who said that? Suman? Yeah, he could be right. Thank you, Suman. No, but this is what I'm saying. When we edify each other and we educate each other, but you have to have that ear. You have to be able to listen and digest, what the person is saying, more than you say, no, 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 that's not true. That's your cookie. No, you have to think. Exactly, for Jay. Okay, so I am just trying. I'm not saying, hey, that, look, each man to himself, right? But I am just presenting a piece, based on us as black women. It's just a conversation, right? Because everybody's not going to take off their wigs and their helmets and their lace fronts and their 20 inches and their 30 inches, right? Because of me. They ain't going to do it. I'm just trying to educate about having an identity. And us as black women, we've lost our real, true identity because what's being presented is this fakeness of an identity where when you see a black woman, you expect to see a long weave, 20-inch nails, fluttering eyelashes, big titties and big boobs, and you know, do you get it? And it keeps changing. Our identity as black women, it just keeps changing. So I'm just actually thinking about what was said when you need to go fix your hair. Yes, man, right? And I'm like, why is it black women have an issue with you being natural? Because why? Because they cannot identify with it. I'm not just a pretty face and a weed smoker. I like to explore stuff. I like to try to figure out what is the situation with us as black women. What is the situation? So, yes, if I'm going to get attacked, right, because I am presenting myself in the real identity of a black woman, an aging black woman who has white hair, I'm not going to come on here with a helmet, with a short do, a little plasticky looking thing on my head and try to act like I'm cute. No, I'm going to be very uncomfortable. No, I'm going to rip it off my head. I'm not doing it. Yes, Vijay, darling. So, okay, Vijay says, I'm well. It's not mean. Everything going good of society, thousands of many problems in, yeah, the everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of problems everywhere. But when it comes to having your identity as a culture of people, we've lost it. Good. And, that's our problem as black people, right? That's our problem. It's nobody else's, it's ours. So I'm just, I was just having an afterthought as to the reason why, as you present yourself in your own natural way, that other, fake women want to come at you because you're presenting yourself this way. And I'm responding to this, that it's because I have not I have not lost my identity. And you cannot identify with me because of that. Because I'm not fake. When you got your platform on social media, you do not let people intimidate you. And it's always us who's doing it to each other. All you do is just grow a backbone and just be able to, discern who's who. Because we've lost our real ID. Exactly, Sumna receipts, right? And this is what I'm trying to show, right? Each one teach one. We learn a little bit about ourselves, and it always goes back to our story. Our story is in Egypt. Let my people go. And we should not forget that. Right in Africa is where our story began. Our story. Thank you, son man. But it's true when you think about it. Again, you can't believe the fake images you see on TV and all of the things and other things and blah, 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 right? You just got to use the brain cells in your brain to think, wait, Moses, Egypt, Egypt, Moses, Egypt, Moses, Moses, Egypt, Kemet, Egypt. And this is why they tried to make it look like they tried so hard to get Egypt not to be in Africa, the things these people do. But we know about Kemet. We read about Kemet in Romans 1. Hikupta, Sunman. Yeah, you get a clear picture of Kemet in Romans 1. Mm, mm, yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay, so don't be hateful because a black woman is presenting herself as herself. Right. And so sometimes, more than getting angry because, YouTube just would not monetize that video. They said, you know what, you was a bad girl, you. So that got a big red one right there. But that's okay. That's okay. So based on that, I said, you know what? Let me rewind and come again and try to do, something more intelligent, right? And it's based on having an identity. No black in Hikupta. What is that, son man? What I wanted to do is I wanted to go live with, someone. And I keep forgetting to do the screeny thing, the split screen. But when I come live again, I want you guys to join me and so forth and so forth. Thank you for Jay Kumar. And I hope you subbed Vijay, I think you did, but just in case, hit up the thumbs, the like button, please. Thank you as you go out, and thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful weekend. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to say that Ingrid, my darlings, and everybody, and Debbie and them, and the whole I know. Ingrid, I love you, my baby. It's just the educational piece when it comes to having our identity, and the reason why I say that, and it's because yes, in reality, we have lost our identity. Thank you for Jay. Thanks for Jay, darling. And there's nothing wrong having a discussion about it. It's not like, everybody's gonna just, grab off their lace fronts and their helmets and stuff and say, yeah. Thank you, receipts, baby. I love you guys. But it's just each one teach one, and this helps us to be more aware of ourselves. Thank you for joining me, guys, on I'm a Rasta for Life. Don't forget to sub, and it's always fun engaging with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we just try to make it nice.